I would like to thank Professor Kanishka for his kind words about me. I'm really honored and privileged to be part of this session today. And when I have an opportunity to talk to young people like you, I never lose that opportunity, because I personally believe, there's a saying that a child has no past, an old man has no future, but a young man, a young woman has his or her past and also his or her future. So today we are here to talk about a very interesting subject, which is career advancement strategies. And I know that all of you are pursuing your management education, and many of you are also working. You are working professionals. Is that correct? Fantastic. So you have already began your career journey. You are not at the starting point, but you want to advance your career. That's why probably you have taken admission in this management, in this MBA program. Now we'll talk about a few interesting things which are important from a career management perspective. So when we talk about career, what is your understanding of career? Is career a destination or is a career a journey? We'll make it interactive. Career is a destination or is it a journey? Destination, how many of you are saying destination? Raise your hand. How many of you say it's a journey? Fantastic. So I think most of the guys, most of you have raised your hand, and then you have acknowledged that career is a journey, right? So if it is a journey, are you all willing? Are you prepared to take on this journey? Do you know that this can be a long journey, right? And are you prepared for that? And do you know that sometimes you can move very fast and sometimes you can slow down? Do you know that in this journey you may not keep moving at the same pace throughout? Sometimes the roads would be broad and no traffic, and you'll keep moving. And there'll be times when there'll be bumps in the road, there'll be patches on the road. You could have a rocky ride, but if you are perseverant, you can keep moving. My dear friends, there is one thing you must remember that matters in career. What matters is performance. There is no substitute for performance. In Indian cricket team, who can play in the game? One who has good reputation as a cricketer, or one who is performing today? You have to answer my question. Can you be in Indian cricket team because of a reputation, or you can be there only based on performance? Virat Kohli has to cement his place in the team only through performance. He has great records. He has been one of the best batsmen. He has been the number one batsman. At some point in time, all this reputation will not take him far. All this reputation will not guarantee his place in the cricket team. Only thing that will guarantee, he could lose the place to a very newcomer like Rishabh Pant, who probably has been in the team for the last couple of years. But if the other guy is performing, then that guy could take away his place. So my dear friends, always keep this in mind. Performance. Performance not yesterday, not only today. You must keep performing all the time. That is the most important thing. In career, if you want to succeed and grow, if you had a great record yesterday, if you completed excellent projects yesterday, if you won many awards last year, doesn't matter. What are you delivering today? That's what matters. So remember, always remember, in career, whether you are 1 year old, 5 year old in the organization, If you have got 15 years of experience, 15 months of experience, doesn't matter. What matters today is experience. Sorry, what matters today is performance. We must keep performing all the time. Focus has to be on performance. But performance is around what? Performance around your core objectives, the core goals that have been defined for yourself, for your organization, for your team. The question that all of us must ask ourselves is, what is our purpose? What is our purpose? If I ask you this question, what is your purpose? Can any one of you answer? What is the purpose? What purpose that you want to chase? Does anybody have an answer for me? What is your purpose? The gentleman on the front row, what is your purpose?
Strong.
Sorry?
Keep my career strong.
Career?
Strong enough.
Make your career strong. Okay. Is that a purpose? Any other purpose? I asked this question to a group of young people like you, and then one of them said, my purpose is to become the CEO of the organization in the next 15 years. Or next 10 years. Is that a purpose? Somebody wants to say, I wanted to become the vice president, finance, in the next 10 years. You have an answer? What is purpose? Before you answer this question, you will have to ask yourself, what is my value proposition? These are new words for you, I believe, but you are working in industry for some time. What is your value proposition? What value do you propose? Have you heard of this word, value proposition? Yes or no? Yes, no, maybe. Value proposition, maybe. Value proposition is what value that you bring to the organization. If you want to make your career strong, but what value that you can offer? You want to become a CEO, but what value can you offer? You want to become general manager of a company, what value can you offer? What is your value proposition? Do you know what value you can bring? Can you answer my question, the same question? You want to make your career strong, but what value can you give to the organization, to the industry that you're working for? What is the value that you can give? Yes. What value that can you give? I can't hear you.
My skills, performance.
Your skills. What are your skills? What is unique about you? What will differentiate you from others? Just sit down. What will differentiate you from others? Value is your uniqueness, your specialties, your unique qualities that make you different from others. What is that? Are you a good organizer? Are you a good problem solver? Are you good in speaking? Are you good at writing? Are you good at coding? Are you good at selling? What are you good at? That is your value proposition. So first and most important thing is to understand what is my value proposition. What value that I can bring. Can you, if you have notebooks, can you take about 10 seconds or 15 seconds, write down 2 things that you believe are unique in you, which are where in which you are better than others. Just two things. Take out a piece of paper and write down two things where you believe you are better than anybody else. Is there another mic? Anybody who was written already?
My strengths are confidentiality, competition, achiever, responsibility, restorative, arranger. So I've taken a test which says what are my strengths. So I figured out what my strengths are. It's not just I'm saying it, but
The first one you said confidentiality.
yes,
Confidence or confidential?
confidentiality.
Confidentiality. Okay. Can you elaborate that?
So basically, I work. My role is something like that. I have access to a lot of confidential data within the
Okay.
organization.
Mm.
So I have the ability to keep it confidential.
You have the ability to maintain that confidentiality. Fantastic.
And competition, I'm good at that.
You
In terms
have
of-
the competitive spirit.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Achiever, so whatever task has been assigned to me, I ensure that I perform well and I achieve that. And responsibility, again, that ends up in achievement. And restorative and arranger. So these are the strengths that I got during my test.
Fantastic. Excellent. Okay. Let's listen to a couple of more responses.
My name is Magesh. I'm MBA General. So I feel that I'm very strong in empathy. So there are a lot of people they are reporting to me, but I feel that empathy is more important to make it the teamwork, team players, and to achieve the goals together as a team. Just a few examples I can quote. Many times I'm reporting to the global delivery head who sits in US office. So most of the time he doesn't know what's happening in Indian operations. So whatever the problems they have, the team, so they know that whom to approach. If there could be any issues, any issues it could be, so they will approach me because they knows that okay, he listens to me and they'll provide the solutions to that and take it to the right people and try to address the issues. So the people are also have the confidence and they'll come back to me anytime Magesh is there to talk and discuss the problems. So that is one. Second, so my focus most of the time I do the team building. Most of the times because we work in the operations, different culture, different regional, so there is always like biased, even in fact if it goes to the appraisal, things like that. So my strong suggestions to all the managers and team leads always is that you should not be biased, it should be a team building, you should take care of us team. There's nothing like, I speak Tamil, you speak Tamil, okay, let's go buddy together. No, it's not that way. It has to be very good, unique, and you have to make sure that there is nothing biased together. So that's the I feel, sir.
And he also has team building skills. But Mahesh, you are also good. You are a good communicator also. You have good communication skills. So you have good strengths. So you can be a good leader, people manager, good collaborator, team player. Any role which requires these skills, you can excel in that. Right? Excellent. We'll listen to one more person and then we'll move on.
So I have mentioned collaboration because I feel collaboration is not just required in an organization or a place of work. You also need that in your personal life. So let's say somebody is coming to you with a problem, like say a friend. So if you are not able to collaborate, communicate, again as you said, empathize with them, you cannot be the same way in a workspace as well. So if for you to be able to collaborate, you need to be in an open space to be able to communicate properly and to have that team spirit, as you said again. So I think collaboration is my strength because I feel any task given, I can collaborate with people who are new to me. Again, being approachable is something comes along with that.
So you are approachable, you are a collaborator, you can work with people in teams and fantastic skills. Great. So friends, so far I have listened to human traits, personality traits like interpersonal skills, empathy, team building, etc. But your value proposition, they can be a value proposition, but they're not limited to that. Your value proposition can also be functional skills. Finance. I am the best at numbers. Nobody can beat me in numbers. Analytics. Oh, I have got excellent analytics skills. I have got very good technical writing skills. I have got negotiation skills, selling skills. So when we are talking about value proposition, it's always a blend of functional skills and your traits, personality traits, which is interpersonal skills, collaboration, friendly, sociable, empathy, kind, team player, and so on. Right? So understanding your value proposition and taking advantage of the strengths that you have and building your career based on your strengths. Right? Because strengths are generally associated with your passion, with what you like. Right? You are a good collaborator because you like being collaborative. You have great empathy because you like being empathetic. You are good at numbers or mathematics because you like that subject, right? So, if you do something that you enjoy doing, the chances of your success is much higher. Today, if you're doing something that you're not passionate about, then you might very seriously think about that career. If you don't enjoy number crunching, but you are in a job where you have to do number crunching every day, you're not going to enjoy it. So seriously consider your career. I'm a mentor to a few B school students in a very reputed B school in Bangalore, and I had 10 mentees whom I was mentoring. One day, one of the students who was a mentor walked up to me and then said, "Sir, I don't know what I'm doing here." I said, "Why? What happened?" He said, "I'm not enjoying this MBA program." I said, "What happened?" He said, "I'm not able to relate to this." I said, "Okay, but why?" He said, "Look, my interest is not in this." I said, "What is your interest?" He said, "My interest is music." I said, "Okay, then what are you doing here? You should have been in a music academy, isn't it?" He said, "But all my friends joined this MBA program, so I also joined with them." I said, "Okay, then why don't you drop out now and then join a music academy?" He said, "I can't do that. My father is is working as a clerk in a government department, and he has put all his savings in my MBA admission. All his savings are gone. I can't let him down now. Now I can't tell him that, I can't go back to him and say, 'Dad, I'm not interested in this MBA program.' And then he will have no money to take care of my, any other education thereafter." So the reason I shared this story with all of you is, choose a career where your passion lies, where your interest lies. If your interest doesn't lie in an area, if you step into that, you'll be slogging all your life. Another 25, 30 years will just be slogging. You'll not be enjoying. Then you'll be looking for enjoyment elsewhere, which will be very difficult, because by then you'll get trapped. If you are in the early stage of your career, look for your passion and find out can your passion be your career. Right? Now, next, what is important for career advancement? All of you are already in a career. How do you advance your career further? Understand who your stakeholders are. Map your stakeholders. Map your stakeholders. Who are your stakeholders at the organization? Number 1, manager. Number 2, senior management. Manager's manager, isn't it? Number 3, client, customer. Yes or no? 4, suppliers. partners, vendors. These are all your key stakeholders, right? Map your key stakeholders. Understand who has what preference. Your manager is a taskmaster, manager is a numbers guy or content guy. A manager is more focused on how you do or what you achieve at the end of the project. Your stakeholder is interested in timeline or they're interested in good quality output. Sometimes they might say, if it takes a little longer, it's fine, but I no compromise on the quality of the product. Sometimes they might say, timeline is absolutely important, right? Your manager is a hands-on person or is a hands-off person. It is very important to understand each one of your stakeholders. Your manager, your manager's manager, your customer, your client, senior management, external partners, suppliers. Each stakeholder is a human being, and each human being is different from every other human being. If one strategy worked with one person, the same strategy may not work with another person. If you think, okay, this is working very well with this guy, the same thing is not working well with the other guy, that guy is a bad guy. If you have that thought process, then you cannot advance in your career. Because every human being is different. Every person is different because human beings are human beings. They have their personalities, they have their beliefs, values, styles, preferences, they have their emotions. Somebody is a people's person, somebody is a taskmaster, somebody is analytic, somebody is dominating, somebody is aggressive. They all have different leadership styles and they have got different needs. From the same project, each stakeholder may have a different need. So in your career, if you really want to move forward, you must map your stakeholders. Map every individual with their types, their style, preference, their likes and dislikes, how they would want you to engage with them. It's important to define all of that. Next. Do you sometimes experience that you want to do a lot of things but there is not enough resources? Do you experience this? Do you experience that? What do you do in situations like that? When you feel that you are stuck, at some point in your career you feel that you are stuck. You don't have enough resources. Have you experienced that? Let me share an interesting story because we're talking about resources. So a father and a daughter were walking on the road, and on the road they found there's a huge tree which has fallen on the road, and now they cannot cross the tree to continue walking on the road. So the father asked the daughter, can you try to lift the tree and remove it? The daughter tried. She tried her best, but she could not. Young daughter did not have so much physical strength to kind of remove the tree. The father then told her, look, can you use all your strength? Can you use all your strength to remove the tree? The daughter tried again. She tried her best. She put all her efforts to remove the tree, but she could not. She came to her father and she said, Papa, I could not. I used all my strength, but I could not remove the tree. But the father said, look, but you did not use all your strength. Daughter said, no, Papa, I used all my strength, but I still could not remove the tree. Papa said, Father said, but you didn't use me. Am I not your strength? Am I not your strength? You didn't use me. This is what happens in personal life. It also happens in our corporate life, in our professional life. We don't use all our strength. What do you mean by all our strength? Burning midnight oil? Working for 24 hours? Trying to do everything yourself? That is not using all your strength. What is using all your strength all about? When I was very young, just started my career, I was on a sales job, and then I was cribbing before my manager that if you give me 2 assistants, if you give me this budget, this, that, I will be able to do a lot of things. I used to crib about it all the time. One day my manager called me. I was very young those days, in my early 20s maybe, and he said, how do you come to office? I said, I come on a bike. He said, okay, what do you do when the bike stops at the traffic signal, when the signal turns red? I said, what can I do? I just wait for the traffic signal to turn green so that I can keep moving again. He said, you just wait and do nothing. I said, no, I don't do anything. He said, look, the other day when you were coming, and when you stop at the traffic signal, you are looking down and waiting for the traffic signal to turn green, but you did not know there was a beautiful girl who was driving a 4-wheeler and she was looking at you. You had no idea that somebody else was looking at you. And why he said this, he cooked up this story and then shared this with me. He wanted to give me a message. He told me, look, Surya, if you look around, you will find resources. You will find opportunities. Like the little girl refused to look around. She refused to look at her father as her strength. In our organization, when you are stuck, when you believe you have hit the dead end, look around. There is enough and plenty support available within the organization. But they don't know that you need help. They don't know that you need support. Just before walking into this room, we are having a chat in the small discussion room that there is enough, most of the startup entrepreneurs complain that there is no money, there is no funding. But some of my colleagues who were sitting in that room, they were saying there's enough and plenty money that is available in India. But they're looking for the right entrepreneur with the spark, with the right idea, with the right mindset and the intent to make a difference. If you have that, there is enough money. You need to look around. So similarly, in our organization, we crib and complain that I don't have enough support, I don't have enough assistance, I don't have enough budget, I don't have money, my manager is not supporting, I'm not getting the resources that I've asked for. We keep cribbing and we keep complaining. We say that if you get this, we can achieve this. But if you look around, like that little girl who refused to look around, if you look around, we'll find enough and more support that is available. But all that you need to do is stand up and ask for help. Stand up and ask for help. In your career, you have to stand up and ask for help. Sometimes you believe asking for help is looked at as something which is negative, which is not very, which doesn't speak well about myself. That's not correct. Asking for help is looked at as a positive thing. Asking for support is looked at as a positive thing because your stakeholders believe that you have the right intent. Okay, next question for all of you.